They call it the sea devil. Hideous, a freak of nature, a living curse from the abyss. For decades, fishermen threw it back. They didn't realize they were tossing away a fortune. The North Atlantic, 3,000 feet down. Pressure 100 times greater than the surface. To find them, commercial farmers must drop their gear over 3,000 feet deep, straight into the crushing darkness of the North Atlantic.
You can see, pull that up here.
That's a small one.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. Oh.
Getting a little bit bigger up the one here.
Unlike most fish, the monkfish doesn't swim. It walks. It moves along the seabed using its pectoral fins as legs, surviving in an environment with pressure 100 times greater than the surface. This extreme habitat creates a muscle structure so dense it's nearly identical to lobster tail. That's why it's known as the poor man's lobster in premium markets. Starts with the skin, loose, slippery, tough as body armor. It has to be peeled in one fluid motion. Look closely. This is ankamo. The devil's liver, the blade has to move like a surgeon's scalpel. One wrong nick, the gallbladder bursts. $500 gone in a second. In the hands of an expert, there's no room for waste.
مرة كتحبس فيها شناهي؟ ملي كطول في لاكلاص شوية كتحبس فيها المرارية كتدخل فيها السكورية.
The tail, no rib bones, just a solid cylinder of pure protein. Biological engineering meeting the edge of a master's blade. The final act, from monster to masterpiece, rich, buttery, elite. The tail meat hits a screaming hot pan. It doesn't flake like whitefish, it sears like a grade A steak, releasing a sweetness that only the deep-sea darkness can produce. If you respect the grit of the ocean's farmers, the cold precision of the steel, subscribe to Ocean Cuts. Because the monkfish is just the beginning, at 15,000 feet. Black gold is waiting. The Bering Sea, the heart of the ocean. Down here, the target just isn't fish, it's black gold. 3,000 feet below the surface, temperatures below freezing. To survive this abyss, this creature had to mutate. It turned its body into a fat storage machine, record-breaking oil content, Alaskan black cod. Long-line structures glided and plunged deep into the dark depths. 1 hour under tension just to see the light. Look at this skin, jet black. It absorbs every ray of light.
Western Gulf pot fishing style, slinky pots. They were oh, more than it. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Chefs call it butterfish, meat so saturated with oil that the laws of physics don't even allow it to be overcooked. But there's a price, 15 seconds. That's the survival window, from the moment it hits the deck to the ice hold. 1 second too late, and a fortune turns into scrap. The Hawaiian Islands, 3,000 feet beneath the reef, where sunlight can't reach. Why does a creature living in total darkness wear the color of blood? The ruby snapper. In the 19th century, it was a treasure, one only royalty was permitted to taste. The royal fish. Hauling it up is a life-or-death gamble with pressure. Every inch of line pulls with tons of force. One bad twitch and the line snaps. The fish vanishes into the void and the fisherman loses everything. These eyes, they take up a third of the skull. They are designed to trap the very last photons of light on the planet. At the bottom, it is a perfect hunter. On the surface, it is as fragile as glass. One mistake with the pressure change, and the eyes will shatter. This brilliant red isn't for decoration. It's blood. It's pressure. It's a brutal legacy. The ocean hides its evolutionary mistakes, but sometimes they get dragged to the surface. The Giant Grenadier, the rat tail. In 1870, the HMS Challenger hauled up a creature that made biologists shiver. It doesn't look like it belongs to this world. Bulging blue eyes, a deformed skull, and the long, tapering tail of a Jurassic reptile. At that depth, its gas bladder is compressed tight. Pull it up too fast, the pressure drops. The monster will literally explode. Antarctica, latitudes where humans don't belong. Home to the most expensive ingredient in the ocean, the Patagonian toothfish. High society calls it Chilean sea bass, 6,000 feet under the ice floes. In super-cooled saltwater. Fishing here isn't a career, it's an expedition, 30-foot swells, hurricane-force winds. Long lines stretching for miles into the dark. Hauling in one fish takes as much power as salvaging a sunken machine. Massive weight, ghost gray skin. Every fish on deck is worth as much as a New York apartment. But the ocean doesn't give anything away for free. The price of white gold is always paid in blood and ice. A 100 pounds of meat and bone on a steel table, a custom blade, hand-forged, 3 feet long. It glides through skin as dense as industrial rubber. Underneath is the prize, pearlescent. glowing under the lights. The natural oil content is so high that the blade stays bone dry. Look at this cut. Along the spine, one motion, no hesitation. The meat pulls away, firm as marble, but a texture like pure butter. Zero pin bones, perfection down to the millimeter. This slice will sit on a table in Manhattan tonight with a price tag of $500 for a single plate. The end of the line, a 400-degree pan. When white gold hits the heat, magic happens. It doesn't burn. The natural oils render out. The crust crystallizes into a golden brown. The meat doesn't flake. It separates into massive, juicy slabs. Pure, pristine. Take a bite. It melts. No sauce needed. No seasoning. The raw force of 6,000 feet under the sea condensed into one bite. From the frozen dark to the edge of the blade, and finally, total silence at the dinner table. 5 creatures, 5 battles for survival. The ocean is still hiding a million secrets, and we have only just scratched the surface. If the ocean had a hierarchy, the kingfish would be its elite hitman, a predator with the soul of a wolf. They don't hunt alone. Imagine a pack of living torpedoes weighing up to 212 pounds each, working in perfect sync. They flank, they coralling, and they drive thousands of baitfish to the surface before the real slaughter begins. With a top speed of 40 miles per hour, these things are as fast as a car accelerating down a city boulevard. Trust us, you don't want to be in the path of an 8-foot giant moving with that kind of momentum. They patrol the rocky reefs down to 1,000 feet, just waiting for something to fall into their crosshairs. But bringing down a high-speed monster like this? It takes way more than just brute force. Today is the day for the heavyweights. Our strategy? Slow trolling. We're rigging up live pogies on wire leaders. Look closely here, one hook through the nose so the bait swims naturally, and a stinger hook near the tail. We're keeping the boat crawl slow, about 2.3 miles per hour. We want that bait to look like an easy, wounded meal. Boom! Listen to that reel scream. The golden rule here? Don't jerk the rod. Just let him run. In the first 5 seconds, this fish has already peeled off 160 feet of line. Lose your cool now and you lose a $30 rig and a $500 fish. The rod is doubled over, stressed to the breaking point. After a 40-minute slugfest, both man and fish are spent, but the prize is finally hitting the surface. Now the question is a master's knife enough to conquer all that muscle?
Got weight.
Yes.
As you let the line go back out, you got a bonita on. Throw it towards the water. If you get a big fish and he runs,
So bonita.
still.
Wait, there we go.
These hands? They're worth millions. To a master, breaking down a fish isn't manual labor, it's high art. Just listen to that deba knife glide against the spine. He flips the fillet and, look at that, bone-free, pristine, and white as a cloud. One wrong move ruins a $100 cut of meat, but in his hands, this kingfish is transformed into blocks of pure ocean gold.
Take this like that. I like to do chunks of them. You gotta be careful because if you get too low, you'll leave that skin on. It's your pain in the butt to come back and get off. I'm gonna come back here. Here's your fillet. Now some people take the belly side off first. You can do it either way. Get through this. Go right down that bone line there. Okay.
Yeah.
Shocking for me because I usually tend to leave a little bit on there. See that backbone right there?
Get ready, because we're about to find out why people will drop $100 for just one bite. From a fierce predator in the open wild to a masterpiece on a plate. First up, Kingfish sashimi. We're taking the prime loin, sliced thin against the grain. A little soy, a hit of ginger, and that clean, sweet fat just melts on your tongue. But if you want something with a bit more soul, try the South American ceviche. Cubed kingfish, cooked in fresh lime acid, tossed with coconut milk and red onions. It's an explosion of citrus, heat, and creaminess. A plate like this at a high-end spot goes for $85. And that's if you can even get a table. You usually have to book a week out. That's the price of perfection, from the deep sea to the dinner table. Now we move to Baramundi, one of the finest white fish in the tropics. Take a look at these scales. Underneath that heavy-duty armor lies a pristine white treasure. Jack angles the blade, sliding it just beneath the scales. One clean slice starting from behind the head, running all the way down this 23-inch spine. Here's the secret, the bloodline. Jack trims it out completely. Clean. He works past the ribs, then takes the skin off with the blade flat against the board.